YouTube. It's that time again. October updates. I've kind of been so busy that I haven't had time to do anything. Anything personal. I basically have no life right now. I'm teaching a class, taking 3 classes, and working full-time. It's crazy. So, with that said, here is my little teeny tiny Phalaenopsis collection. I've got 4 of them. I had more, but they died. What are you gonna do? This is my favorite Phalaenopsis. It's that yellow one I've mentioned. And there is a new root over here. But I think there might actually be some activity all the way in there, which I really doubt you can see, but there's a tiny little blob, nubbin, whatever you want to call it. And I have a funny feeling it's going to be a spike. Fingers crossed. This is my only Phalaenopsis with an actual ID, and it has a new leaf coming. A spike is a growing, and it's got a bunch of new roots, so that's pretty exciting. This is a really good example, again, of how good care for a Phalaenopsis will really change how it looks. This is the old leaf. It's tiny and sad. Here's the new, large, happy new leaf. Moving on, this is my friend Steven's Phalaenopsis, which I have now sort of adopted. It's really getting a lot better. It was much, much sadder before. Not much is happening here, but there is a new root growing. Sorry about the focus. I'm not sure if you can see that, but right over there, bloop, there's a new root. So that's good. And then here's my large no ID. And this guy has a spike right over there. That's growing too. For those of you who are just joining me, and just joining the orchid world, you can tell the difference between a root and a spike, because a spike looks a little bit like a mitten. See that? And a root just looks pointy. The ends kind of look like that. So hey, Phalaenopsis, thumbs up! Next up, we've got the Catacetum collection. One of them is already dormant, so I shoved it in a closet. These guys are still kind of growing, and actually today I had a terrible accident and dropped this one. I'm a little bit scared to move it now, but I dropped it on the floor, and its pseudobulb totally smooshed. Oh gosh. Alright, I'm going to try and show it to you because it's useful to see these things. I don't know if you can see, but I shoved some cinnamon on it. Can you see that? It fell and it smooshed and it flattened, and I was very sad. But what are you gonna do? You just gotta keep going, right? You just gotta keep going. This one, I was really hoping actually that this one would bloom for me, but it didn't. And you can see that the new pseudobulbs, the 2 new pseudobulbs, are smaller than the older ones. So I think when I received it, I probably should have repotted it immediately so that it had more room to grow. But I didn't. And next year, I think I'm going to splurge and buy some Osmocote, the slow release fertilization, little teeny, I think they're little granules. And I'm going to add that to all of my Catacetums so that it helps pump them full of fertilizer. But hey, that's for next year. Anyway, the rest of them are doing fine. They're slowly going dormant. I've got a couple of the hanging ones over here. This guy, my Encyclia, actually has this new growth here. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. Probably not. Bear with me. Bear with me. That is a new growth right here. This is totally new. So that's exciting. Maybe it'll bloom. That would be rad. But maybe not. And here on this side, one of you asked me what was going on with my little epigenium, and the answer to that is nothing. nothing is going on. Nothing has changed. I do not seem to have the mold problem that lots of people have been having with their cool logs. Yeah, it hasn't died, so that's good. It's, you know, still plugging, but just not growing. I'm not really sure what to do about this, but I only have owned it for about 6 months, so I'm gonna give it a year, and if still nothing happens within a year, I will sell it and find it a new home. Next, we've got the Cattleya corner, and I'm happy, very happy to report that there is some activity. Oh, there's also a stray Catacetum that also fell earlier, and I had to kind of shove it back into its pot, but it seems okay. Hopefully it will be okay. Okay, but back to these babies. So the first one over here, and I know the light is kind of terrible, so I'll probably move some stuff over. Actually, let me just tip this slightly. So this is the project plant, and I wanted to show this to you because it's doing fine. Here, let's put it here. I think that's easier. Over here, you can see where my cat decided to chew it. I thought he was over that phase, but apparently not. See this leaf? This is from the oldest of the pseudobulbs, and, you know, this is still a seedling, but this guy is eventually going to have to get cut off. It just doesn't have viable roots. And the bigger one is growing the roots. I mean, it's growing roots like crazy, which is great. So I just have to keep with it and hope that it'll grow a new pseudobulb soon. But you can see here's a root popping out right there. That's cool. And then there's some, here's one growing down there. So that's exciting. Those are all new roots. And there's quite a few more, but they're hidden by the moss. So that's what's going on with that one. But now I want to show you this one. Okay, so this is the guy where I was like, I have these 3 new pseudobulbs and nothing is happening. SLC Circle of Life by the Muses. Well, check this out. Oh my god, can you see that? Can you guys see that? Can you see that? Seriously. Two mother flippin' buds. Two. This is so exciting! Oh, I can't even tell you how long I have been trying to get Cattleyas to bloom for me. So seriously, put out some good vibes out there. I cannot wait to see this plant bloom. The other thing is that over here on this new pseudobulb, I kind of peeled aside the sheath. Well, it doesn't really have a sheath, but it had some like older stuff over it. And there's actually a teeny tiny little bud in there, but I'm not sure if it's viable. But hey, 2 buds, 2. All I really wanted was 1, and I got 2. So that's really exciting. I'm very happy about that. The other 2 Cattleyas are just kind of not really doing much. I mean, they're growing. They continue to grow, but no buds. This one's always making sheaths for me and never blooming, so we'll see. I might sell it to somebody who can really get it to grow. And this one has this new growth here, but I don't believe there's anything inside, which is a shame, but you know, it's cool. It's still growing for me. We'll see. So yeah, that's exciting. So I'm not even going to update you on the Oncidiums, whatever. They're boring. But hey, the Dendrobiums. Check this out. I've got some buds. Buds. Very exciting. And I've also got some buds on this guy here, which is also exciting because that was the one that was attacked by the squirrel. So it's not dead. That's nice. Last year, when this one got buds on it, this guy right here, I stupidly continued to fertilize, and that is bad. The buds blasted. So I learned my lesson, and when you start getting buds on your Dendrobiums, you can just give them a little bit of water, and eventually you want them to just have their winter rest. I know that a lot of places say are a lot of growers say that some don't need a winter rest. So you have to really, check to see. But I think that these are going to benefit greatly from a winter rest. So I'm going to try and give them that. But anyway, I'm super excited that I have buds on these guys. That's so, so, so great. The Nobile is not really doing anything. It's definitely going into dormancy for winter. I mean, or not dormancy, but it's dropping its leaves on the old canes. And the new canes are doing fine, but I don't have any buds yet. I might try putting it back outside for a little bit, but it was a little too cold to keep it outside more recently. And then my Neophoenicias are, they're growing. They're doing fine. Nothing new, really. They're doing well. There's a little teeny cactus. That is about it for an update. Thanks for watching and have a great, fantastic Sunday.